Thank you so much. We were thinking we'll be talking to each other without the mic. That would be a secretive conversation and we'll exchange notes and we'll go away. But thank you so much for the mics. Uh, so I think first of all we should introduce ourselves. So Somanathan, over to you.
I'm Somanathan and I've got close to 15 years of experience. Similar to how the world has changed its life. So before COVID, I was a marketer, and after COVID, I become in charge of people management and, of course, recruitment, all these human resources related part. Before COVID, I used to write an email to my CEO stating that the human resource team is not helping me to hire resources. First fire the HR team, and then let's hire the HR team, new HR team. But right after getting into the people management, I'm worried that I've written so many emails complaining the HR team. And again, the recent the adoption to the new world. So let's call it as a new world. That does bring in a lot of changes in terms of people mindset, the way how we live in the recent time, and how we value the life and the families. And similar to that, I'm looking at even handling employees in the same way that should make the environment more happy, right? I'm sorry, I took so much of time.
Thank you so much. And I did not write any email to fire anybody for that matter. Right? Since I'm an HR guy, I cannot write mail for myself. But of course, we face the same challenges. My name is Dheeraj Modi, and I'm heading HR for NLB Services. Great to be here, and I think your journey is fascinating because being a CMO and then taking an HR role, why do you think that taking care of an employee or being a happiest workplace is important for your organization?
Thank you. So making the people happy is always important. So not just with the, you know, uh, with the company, because only when they are happy they implement a lot of ideas. So I want when they start their day, in the morning, it could be after 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. They should have a feel that okay, I'm going office today and working. They should not have the feel of bunking a college like a student, right? So that's more important than anything else, because as a US based company, we would want people to interact with US customers, and uh, of course, as I said, only when they are happy they would understand what the company is trying to achieve.
So everybody knows the problem and everybody knows the solution. We there are surveys where we know that happiest organizations are performing 2x, 3x, their stocks are performing well, their EBITDAs are great. It's like we know that we wanted to be an IS, we know how to become an IS, but still there are very handful of people who become IS, right? Same is the happiest organization. We know that we want to achieve there, but still not many organization or all the organization achieve there. What do you think what is lacking? Why organizations are not achieving what they want to achieve now?
Okay. So it is similar to how a professor teaches to a student, right? So they keep talking and do not allow the students to speak. Or our job is to understand whether the message what we convey, that's really going to their mindset. So we should give them opportunity to talk as well. So not just in terms of the knowledge, in terms of their work-life balance, and whether they are really happy with the monetary life, because everybody is there in organization. The only reason is, right, they are here to earn. So we should also be satisfying them, and also, as I said, the work-life balance. We should not allow them to spend so much of time in office. We encourage people to spend a lot of time with their family, and we make sure that everybody's in their family are happy, and they are healthy as well. So we used to ask them. In fact, we are a very small company, 250 people company who are working with us, and we have close to 500 plus people all around the world working for us. So we at least to the managerial levels and the team leaders, we used to talk to their family members as well, and we bring them once in a month or twice a month. We talk to them, and we make sure they're happy, because that we strongly feel that that will give them more empowerment. As an employee, as I said, we relate their family. So we always say, this is not your company, this is a family.
Absolutely, I'm 100% in agreement. But if I take a clue from your conversation, there is very important factor which comes across all those what you said is trust. How do you see that we can build a trust? Because I know there is an organization, they talk about trust, but I said that, and then he was sharing an example, one of the HR, he said that if I need to upgrade my laptop, I need to go for a 10 approvals, right? One way you're saying that I want to trust my people, the other way that you need to go to 10 approvals to upgrade the laptop. The actions are not what you're trying to say. So trust is a very important today in the organization. And I was hearing Shruti, that unlimited well-being leaves. I think this is fabulous. That's how we are messaging them that organization is trusting them, and that's how they're not abusing the policies. So I was amazed to see that organizations are coming forward and creating these kind of policies. What is your view on
Yes,
this?
absolutely. So when it comes to trust, now that we do allow people to work from home or hybrid model, so we allow them to use their computer or our own laptop, since you mentioned about laptop, and we don't track them at all. We don't ask them to enter their time sheet, or what time you are logging in. We don't get into the part, and even in fact, very recently we thought of building KPIs and KRAs, all these, but then finally if they decided to go with, okay, let us go in their own stream of handling things, and then we'll try to control things. So we have a sales team. We allow them to work from home, even though they handle confidential information. We don't strictly hide things. I've heard from companies, they don't reveal the information to the marketing teams, how much sales we have closed and what type of customers. So we would allow teams to exchange what they achieved. Rather than we as a company, we revealing to the employees, we would allow them to announce it to us. Yeah.
I think wonderful, wonderful. These practices, in the market, when we share our thought as an HR leaders, I'm sure you are a little away from that, and being a marketing guy, we are branding them like a best practices, right? And organizations are trying to, adapt best practices from each others so we can do better. What is your view in terms of sharing these best practices, or do you think that these best practices just another fascinating name to just to launch your process or policies?
So when it comes to adoption, so the way how I was handling things, say for example, branding our services, right? So completely, I'm using all those ideas to hire. So the hiring is no more with the job portals. Hope you also agree with me. And so many people are they are applying jobs through LinkedIn, and in fact. I'm all using all those tactics to hire an employee from social media, and the way how we treat customers earlier, right? So we use we somersault to engage a customer, to retain them for next set of businesses. Similar to that, we are trying to handle an employee as well. So that's one adoption from a marketer to a HR. I've contributed to the company, and also we are hiring more than HR professional. We are hiring social media experts, come HR professionals to hire and treat employees. So now that the online reputation is important for a company, so adoption from a job portal to social media, and the way how we treat a customer, the same way an employee has to be treated, so that the employer also will equally giving them important.
Absolutely, that brings to a point that social media is actually a key, because you are an happiest place within the organization. There is a lot of inclusivity. There are people who are, they trust the organization, organize trust the employees. But how do we attract people from the market? Because that's your own culture. So do you think the forum like these, where, thanks to Business World, creating these kind of forums, so showing us, our visibility, increasing our visibility, and we are getting stamped that yes, we are these kind of the organizations, are actually helping hiring as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So, say, assuming I'm applying for a job with any company, the first and foremost thing what I will do is I'll go ahead and go through their social profiles and the reviews that they have received at a common portal as a Glassdoor. Right. So when I see not no so much of positive reviews about a company, I'm not definitely going to join the company. So I would expect the same thing. From an employee as well, right? So when an employee comes into social media and looks at the profile, so they have to they have to have the feel good moment about a company. Otherwise, they don't be having of interest joining. Even if they join, they would look for an opportunity to leave the company, because the challenge what we have is that the attrition rate and retaining an employee has become more challenging than retaining a client.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wonderful to know your perspective, especially on a social media side of that, how dependent today we are. And we as an organization, you know, we are primarily into staffing solutions, wherein it is very important for us that how do people perceive. And thanks to, again, my thanks to Business World and the forum, that we are getting this kind of visibility, which we can show what kind of organization we are, what kind of process, policies, and how do we trust employees, is helping us in getting more and more talent and retaining talent as well. Thank you so much.
So I have a very common question to you, and it is open to the audience as well. So how are you managing these 2K kids?
These two,
2K kids.
K,
So-called 2K kids, yes. The recent passed out students.
KDs.
2K kids, there's a term called 2K kids, right? So anybody is aware of the term 2K kids?
Yeah,
Any idea?
I'm so sorry, plus you have to explain me the term.
Probably anybody's in the crowd or audience can, because the recent times, yes.
Okay, the once you're passed out of post-COVID.
Not, not just post-COVID, the kids who have grown up during the 2K times. Yeah.
Okay, how are we managing them,
Yeah,
right?
yes. It's,
Okay. So,
they don't care about money. They don't care about friends. They don't care about the company. They care only about Instagram.
so of course, we've hired many engineers, and we've hired people from management graduates as well, from management colleges as well, like IMs and IMDs of the world. And of course, there is a difference. The expectation has gone far up, because we as an HR professionals who are in this industry from 10 years, 20 years, you have to think what they are thinking, little proactively, what their expectations are. They're looking for a very fast growth. They wanted to work. They're looking for a bite-sized learning. They're looking for a bite-sized delivery as well, which is quick and fast. So for us, a quicker career progression depending on the result, not the number of years. Their compensation also is depending on the delivery, not what they brought in. So what we need to do is we have to make our policies more and more flexible. It is not about control, it is about flexibility and empowerment and trust, and building a culture wherein most of the people are Gen Z and Millennium is actually helping us being a young organization.
So, in fact, one more point I wanted to add here. We are offering a lot of, on top of the training program, we are encouraging people to join organizations like IIM. So, because see, people are from, not everyone is born with a silver spoon. So there are employees, they might have done their arts college or engineering. They might have wanted to go for an PG, but still they couldn't have done it because of their family situation. So we are allowing people to apply for degrees, and we are spending for that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you
Business.
so much. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
your time.